Are you feeling passionate? Are you feeling the passion? Should you be feeling the passion? Hey guys, what's going on? It's Mike, and I am thrilled to have you along as always. I want to take a minute because we're just coming out of this whole college, high school graduation season. And, I'm sure you've done this, if not this year, you've done it many times. But sitting through a graduation, you've got, tons of kids in an auditorium, and you've got the speaker, and there's this theme that makes the rounds. And it's been making the rounds for years. This isn't a new idea, but it just seems like in the last 5-10 years, it's become like the big thing. And it's BS. And it's this idea that you've got to follow your passions. If you can just discover and follow your passions, then everything's going to be amazing. Your dreams are going to come true. You're going to feel like you've never worked a day in your life. You're going to have all this money come to you, and you're just going to be living this kind of magical experience if you can follow your passions. And I just think this idea it's a bad idea. And I don't mean to say look, I got a lot of pet peeves, right? Like, I'm this grumpy old man. I want you to all get off my lawn. Make sure to subscribe to my channel, but get off my lawn. But in seriousness, it's not just a pet peeve. It's a bad idea. It's an untrue idea. I don't think, in fact, my experience tells me that human beings are designed for purpose, not passion. If you look at the way the word passion has been used throughout the ages, it has not been positive. I mean, passion has always been associated with the more base elements and aspects and instincts of human nature. We've always talked about crimes of passion. Some guy comes in and sees his wife with another man and flips his lid, and now everybody's dead. That's a crime of passion. He was overcome. He wasn't able to think properly. He was just overwhelmed by passion, and he did this terrible thing because he couldn't help it. Now, I understand that language evolves. I'm not trying to argue that because there's some legal element to this word, if we go back to the root, it means this, so you can't be that way, or it's a bad idea. But what I'm getting at is that this idea of being driven by your emotions, this kind of passionate urge, this drive, we've historically not embraced that as a good thing. I think there's a reason for that. I think it's a flawed idea. Now, we could say again that passion has evolved. It's not as negative as it used to be. It's a good thing to be passionate. I'm passionate about my work. I'm passionate about my family, my kids, and I would embrace those statements. I love my work. I've said that before. I love the work I do. I love my clients. I love solving problems and getting involved in branding challenges and business strategy stuff. I love that. I love creating these videos. It's fun, and I'm developing a passion around it. But the thing about those activities and those things that I'm devoted to, they don't necessarily happen because I'm passionate. They happen because they're part of my purpose. My purpose is to help my clients. Not because I've developed a mission statement, but there's just a way that God's made me. I love getting in there and solving problems. I love being entrepreneurial. I love free markets. I love seeing people, find fulfillment and flourish through their work. For me, that's part of my purpose, to be part of that process. It's who I am. Now, if you had told me at 22 when I was in college, this is gonna be your passion, you've got to choose it. Do you want free markets to be your passion? Do you want, back then I thought I wanted to be a graphic designer. I thought I wanted to be an artist, maybe a musician. I mean, you don't know at that age what you're passionate about, because passions come and go. I don't think anybody would argue that passions don't come. The passions come and go. That's why the ancients used that word the way they did, because they knew that this is a fleeting urge. It's going to overwhelm you. But that's a bad thing. If you're disciplined and you have depth and you're a person of character and substance, that you're a person that does not allow their passions to drive them. Now, how about that? I mean, we're up there telling kids, be driven by your passions. And I know when we're saying that, we're not saying be driven by your base passions, but we're telling them be driven by these things that are fleeting, that are not sustainable. You can't live by passion. It's exhausting. Look at your relationships, and maybe some people have really bad relationships. They have issues, internal issues that make it hard for them to have good relationships. But for the average person, when you have a relationship, you don't always feel passionate. I've been married for over 26 years. I love my wife. I mean, she's phenomenal. The things that she puts up with for me and the way that she treats me and loves me and lays her life down and the kind of person and woman she is, the type of mother that she's been, I'm in love with her. But I have to say, and I know that she would say the same thing, I haven't always felt passionate about that relationship. There have been moments, there have been periods of time in our marriage, or one side or the other, where we haven't felt passion. But we had a purpose together, and so that's what held us together. That's what drove us and sustained us and carried us through those hard times. You see, when you have a purpose, you can weather the storms of life, and life is going to throw storms at you. You're going to feel the icy cold wind of rejection biting you when you put something out there or you try to accomplish something, and you're going to fail and you're going to get rejected. You're going to feel that. You're going to feel the blowing, whipping wind and rain and experience the lightning and thunder of opposition. That's just life. That's life in this world. There isn't anybody that gets through here without some form of opposition and frustration and heartache and pain. It's a broken world, and at times it's really messed up, and it's impossible to go through without experiencing that. And your passion won't carry you through that, because passion is fleeting. Passion comes and goes, it ebbs and flows. And purpose is always there. I'm convinced the people that can discover their purpose, the people that can understand who they are and what they're created for, why they get out of bed every morning, what drives them, these are the people that are successful. These are the people that find fulfillment. These are the people that have peace and joy. And these are the people that we should look up to. Telling kids to go find their passion, it's just like the worst advice. It's lazy. It's lazy. It's like telling them, hey, guess what? Good news. I discovered that donuts are good for you, so from now on, go ahead and have as many donuts as you want. I mean, it's like you're telling them what they want to hear, and we all love donuts, so I'm happy to hear it. But at the end of the day, they're just going to make me sick and fat and miserable. We all kind of absorb this culture. I don't care if you're an adult or a teenager, college graduate, senior, whatever you are. We marinate in this stuff, and we might be telling kids, but as a culture, we've embraced this idea. I want to encourage you today. I'm a Christian, so I look at this from a Christian perspective, and I say every human being is designed with a purpose. Every human being is designed to do something, to be something. And that if they are able to lock into that and to follow that, give themselves to that the feelings of passion and love and fulfillment, they follow. But if you can find your purpose, that's a way towards fulfillment. But you don't have to be a Christian to agree with me. I mean, look at a guy right now like Jordan Peterson, not a Christian. At best, he's a Gnostic. He's more likely, agnostic atheist. He loves to pull from kind of biblical imagery, but he's a psychologist. He's a clinical psychologist, and he's a professor in the Canadian university system up in Toronto, I want to say. But this guy's blown up, and you can think what you like about his politics or whatever. I'm not interested in tackling that today. But he's out there telling people that you have a purpose in life and that you need to find your purpose. And millions upon millions of people are latching onto him because they're hungry for the truth. They're hungry to hear that I was made for a reason. Now he's telling them to be heroic, kind of pulling from this Joseph Campbell Gnostic concept of the hero. And he's saying, be heroic, face the monsters in your own life, face the monsters in your world, live larger, discipline yourself, and bring yourself under control so that you can operate in a way that's grand and large and big. And people love that because they're hungry for it, because we've been telling them to find their passion. And the fact of the matter is, passion can be a wonderful thing in its right place, but it's not supposed to be the rabbit that you chase. It's not, you're not in a race to chase after passion. So I would encourage you through all this to try to find your purpose in life. Eschew your passion. Feelings come and go. I wish good feelings for you. I wish that you could find work that you can be passionate about. But I think the way to get to that is to find your purpose first. So do me a favor. You may already know your purpose, but join me in this. Let's start telling young people that that's a load of malarkey, and that the worst thing you can do is to try to find your passion. Quite frankly, at 18 and 23, 24, you don't know what your passion is. Passions come and go. Just have no clue. But the work really worth investing in is finding your purpose. Guys, thanks for listening to me. Sometimes I just love to get this stuff off my chest, but I appreciate your time. I'm grateful that you're part of this community. If you haven't already, do me a favor and subscribe. Give me a like, give me an unlike, but tell me what you think in the comments below. That's what I'm really interested in. Yes, I want subscribers. I want to build this channel. It's fun. It's rewarding as a creator to have people kind of, give you their vote of confidence by joining the team. But I want to get comments. What do you think about this whole purpose versus passion? What's been your experience? Am I overstating it? Am I obnoxious? Am I wrong? Do you agree with me? What have you learned through the years? And what are you telling young people when you talk to them? Again, I'm grateful for your time. Thanks for joining me, guys. I will see you in the next video.